Hello and welcome back to What the Frick podcast. It has been a minute and I am very aware of that. Life has just been absolutely crazy lately. This is an episode to just kind of catch everyone up on everything I've been up to, which I don't even know because it's been just so much going on. If you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you can probably see I'm in a slightly different location than usual. I finally got my own apartment, and this is a big deal for me because I've actually never once in my entire life of 27 years lived alone. I've always had roommates, whether it's college, post grad, or lived with family, obviously, when I was younger. So this is a huge step up for me, and while I'm not excited about paying a lot of money for rent, I'm excited about just experiencing what this will be like. So the apartment is still kind of coming along. I moved in only about 5 days ago, but I have a lot done. I'm still putting up some wall art behind me, so it's pretty blank canvas right here. But other than that, the apartment's pretty much put together. I got a coffee table yesterday, got the couch put together. It's all just kind of like the little minimal organizing stuff and decor. But other than that, it's together and I'm excited. I'm actually still in the same apartment complex that I was in before, just in a different unit. So Drea is still very close by. She's just a floor down from me now. So that's exciting. But like I said, life has just been crazy lately with moving and preparing for moving. And I know I mentioned to you guys, I've been working on my Pilates certification, which I have, and it's been kind of taking up all of my life when I'm not at work. So my life pretty much revolves around me going to baseball games, me going to see my dogs who live about 5 minutes away, and me going to the Pilates studio and working on Pilates so that I can get that certification. I am currently sitting at around 75 hours worth of self-practice time out of 200 hours that I need. And I'm sitting, I think I have 25 more observation hours left. So I feel like I can kind of tick that off because I'll obviously get that between now and my end time. And out of the 200 hours worth of teaching, practice teaching to friends, family, whoever that I need, I'm sitting at around 12 or 13, I think. So I just started doing that about 2 weeks ago. Started with some friends. I have my sister coming in a lot to help me, and there's some other girls in the studio who are also working on their certification. So we all kind of just teach each other and practice, and it's a hurdle for sure. It's a lot of hours. My goal is to have this done by the end of this year, but it's just really hard when you obviously have other jobs. I think unless you are just dedicating every single day to this, which people can obviously do, but it's pretty hard when you have other things going on, like a personal life, or you have other work. So, and the studio I go to only gives us right now 2 days a week to come in and practice like this, unless you take classes on your own time. So you have to kind of just make use of what they give you. And last week I had a shoot on a day where we had practice hours, so I missed those to go make money. So it's a give and take, I would say, but I'm really happy with where I'm at. I feel really good about it, and it's just learning and remembering everything. There's so many different parts of the movements and exercises, and I feel like I'm finally getting a good grip on it. So I'm actually going there later today, hence the outfit. I pretty much only dress in athletic wear now. So, I mean, I can't complain about that, right? Also, if you're listening to this, my voice sounds a little weird. The allergies in Arizona are insane. This time of year, I feel like there's a good month or two where I literally just can't breathe, can't talk right. And until it hits over 100 degrees consistently, that's when everything's like, oh, yay, okay, everybody's good. But then it sucks because it's so hot outside, but you can breathe again. So I'm currently in this period of just waking up in the morning and sneezing like crazy. And then by midday, I'm like, okay. But if you ever think about moving to Arizona, just keep in mind that the allergies are crazy. I don't know a single person that's not experiencing this right now. So hopefully by the time this comes out next week, I'll be good to go. There's obviously some things we need to talk about on here, and if it's not obvious, I'm talking tortured poets. I'm talking T Swift. I have not made a podcast since this album came out. So I feel like I'm actually kind of happy about it because now I can fully divulge without being like, wait, what was that song or whatever. So the album came out a little over a month ago, and to say it's the only thing I've listened to would be an understatement because it is the only thing I have listened to. When there's 31 songs, that's a lot. And I still don't have every single song, every single lyric memorized. I'm pretty good now where I can actually sing in the car, but it's a lot. So it's a dedication that I have made and I am getting there. But let's talk about when it first came out. For some reason, I'm always like stuck doing personal family matters when these albums drop. When 1989 Taylor's version dropped, I was at a concert, so I had to wait like 3 hours until I was out of the concert to listen to the vault songs. And then when this came out, we had family in town, so I had to wait like an hour and a half until it was like okay to go not hang out with family, basically. But regardless, when it first came out, I was so excited and it was overwhelming. Like, I think the amount of words this woman wrote into her songs, I mean, obviously poetry, but I think to say a feeling of overwhelmingness would be pretty accurate. So because I live on the West Coast, the albums come out here around 9 p.m., which is a blessing. And because we and my sister started about an hour and a half late, by the time we finished the first half of the album, she announced that it was a double album drop. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even like process the first half of the album, yet alone the second half, which I think may have been a little bit more like intricate in terms of her wording. But overall, first thoughts was obviously I thought it was amazing. I thought she was using words and vocabulary I've never heard once in my life, and I feel like I'm a smarter person now because of it. But yeah, I felt this way too when Midnights came out. Like, I didn't love it at first. I think it's, again, there's just so much new stuff coming out that it's just like overwhelming to try to pick it apart. Whereas when she re-releases an album, it's like, oh, I've heard this before. So now I can just kind of like listen to it. But this is the same thing that happened to me with Midnight. Is I heard it, I was like, ooh, I found like one or two songs I really vibed with, and then I hear it obviously like 17,000 more times, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I feel like it might be my favorite Taylor Swift album, but it's hard to even pick one, you know? But my initial thoughts are just, okay, actually, I'm gonna go through the songs because I've been having many discussions with people about their like top five, and honestly, it's hard to pick a top five when there's 31 songs. But if I had to pick my top five, So Long London, a track 5, it's just beautiful. It's not like one of those songs where she's like packed too much words into it, but she just really gets across her point of devastation so boldly. And I love the bridge at the end when she's like screaming. That's up there. I didn't love it first, but Daddy, I Love Him. I just thought it was kind of a silly song, but it's one of those songs where it's fun to just play in the car, windows down, sun is shining, like kind of like a summer hit. And it's just like a funny song to sing, and it feels very like therapeutic in a way. So that's now on there for me. Guilty as Sin has made its way up the charts as well. There's some controversy on what this song really is about, but I think it's just so fun to sing. I love songs where it's like you can just really belt out loud in the car, and there's a lot of these on this album, and I really enjoy those. And the way these songs are just written is so fun. So being able to like scream these words with her, and in this song she's like slightly delusional about the feelings for that he has for her, and she's just like, what? So I enjoy that song as well. Obviously, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is such a banger. We can talk about how this past weekend she was just in Paris, and quick tangent, but I almost went to Paris for this. Me and my friend, who have been to 2 shows together, are reckless, very reckless, and we were like, the tickets were so cheap. For anyone that's aware, you could get floor seats for like $200. We were like, do we go? But it was also the same weekend as Mother's Day, which is also for me the same weekend as my mom's birthday. And I felt slightly bad about that, but more so it was just really hard to get to Paris, like with all the Olympic stuff being put up and everything. Flights were crazy, and we live on the West Coast, so like it's gonna take us a good 12 hours to get there, plus layovers, to be there for 2 days because we both had work stuff the next week, so we couldn't just like take a week off, you know? So we ended up not doing it, which I'm sad about. But the fact that she had a whole new era popping off with Tortured Poets. As soon as the both of us were, I obviously spent hours, on TikTok and Twitter looking through these videos. And it's safe to say that me and my friend have decided that we will find a way to get to Europe at some point to see this woman. My idea was that we just book a week to London because both of us just love London for her August show. So the second time she's in London, and we hope that tickets go down or someone just gives us one or something, and we just kind of hope for the best because it's hard to plan these Europe dates when they're so last minute. It's like, oh, tickets dropped, but I'm like 13 hours on this side of the world, so what do I do? So to plan it out just a little bit would be helpful, I think, but we'll see. I'm sure I'll be on here at some point recapping the experience. I also love I'm Gonna Get You Back. People are comparing this to the Olivia Rodrigo song, but knowing Taylor, she probably wrote this like 6 years ago, so. And then The Prophecy, which was not on my list at first. I didn't really, again, there's so many songs, it's hard to understand what she's saying. But once you can finally differentiate song to song and you really listen to these lyrics, it's just so heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. And it's about how she feels like she can't find someone. And whenever she does meet a guy that she really likes, she thinks, oh, this is it for me. And then, it gets ruined. So she's just trying to find someone that really likes her, which she has. So that is Tortured Poets. Again, I don't plan on listening to other music. There are times when I have family members who will not allow me to listen anymore, and they will put on something else, which I'm like, this is rude. I have things to learn. But I don't know. There was a period of time where I was only listening to Espresso and Sabrina Carpenter for like a good month. And then something happened one day where I was just like, okay, next. And I like stopped being on that train. So I'm not sure when the day will come where I'm like, I'm going to listen to something else. I feel like a new album of some sort will have to drop, like a new Morgan Wallen album or something of that extent, or another re-release, Taylor. Although I don't think Reputation will come out till the fall. So we'll see. I guess last minute updates, just a little quick episode just to get back out into the world. But I'm going to Chicago this weekend to see a Cubs game and some friends, so I'm excited about that. I never do a lot of personal things for myself. Like I said, I'm always just kind of working or working on my goals like Pilates. So just been so busy with moving and doing all of this stuff. And I had like back-to-back freelance shoots last week while I was doing all of this. So I'm excited to just have a weekend to kind of relax with friends and just like do nothing basically. And next month's going to be crazy. I have a lot of things planned work-wise, which I will tell you guys about once they are officially official. But anyways, I'm going to sign off here and get ready to go to Pilates. This is one of those days where I go to my Pilates studio for like 3-4 hours and I go straight from there to my game, which I'm there for from like 3:30 to however long till the game ends. So one of those days where I'm just kind of out all day, but I thought it'd be good to sit down and just take a minute and think about the last month and a half because I've kind of been AWOL, and I apologize. So thank you guys for listening. I'm going to try to be better at this. Now that I have my own apartment, I don't have to worry about like when people are going to be walking in or if someone's like in the kitchen or doing something. So I think they'll be more frequent. I always say that, but hopefully it rings true this time. And I will definitely be back when I show you guys the cool art I got here because I'm really excited about it. I have been ordering things from Amazon like crazy, so someone needs to stop me because my credit card bill's getting a bit high. But it's fine. Okay, I will see you guys soon, and thank you for listening. Go stream Tortured Poets Department if you have not already, and let me know your top 5. Bye.